Hello everyone and welcome back to Melbourne Railway videos. I'm at Flinders St station and the Degraves St subway, this pedestrian underpass leaking the platforms, has finally reopened. Looking at this map of Flinders St, you'll notice that there are three ways of interchanging between platforms and the existing station. There's the main concourse at the Swanston Street side, taking you towards the famous clocks. There's the Elizabeth Street underpass on the opposite side of the station. And there's this middle underpass, the Degraves St subway, which reopened today, having been shut since 2022. Without further ado, let's head down from platform 10 and check it out. The first thing to notice is this cool preserved paint on the wall pointing you towards the St Kilda line on platform 11 and the Port Melbourne line on platform 10. Of course, these lines haven't run since 1987, when they were converted to a tram service, and platform 11 doesn't actually exist anymore, having been converted into a bar. But it is a nice historical artefact. Hopefully it won't confuse any passengers. Perhaps some sort of plaque underneath it would help to explain the history and alleviate any confusion. Anyway, turning around, let's have a walk all the way through the subway to the other side. I don't have any of my own footage of what it looked like before the closure, but I don't think much has changed in the underpass itself, apart from a few new signs and perhaps it having a bit of a clean. The bigger change, which I'll get to once I've completed walking all the way through, is access to the underpass. Formerly, there was symmetrical access to each platform on either side of the underpass via stairs. However, as the Degraves St subway will be the only direct interchange between Flinders St and the Metro Tunnel, disabled access is required, meaning they have removed the staircases on the right and replaced them with lifts. Interestingly, if we have a look at that same station map again, there will be no disabled access provided out of the Degraves St subway aside from through Town Hall Station. So while non-disabled people will be able to use the existing exits onto Degraves St and Flinders St, this same opportunity will not be afforded to disabled. I think this is a real oversight. One of these staircases should have been converted to a lift, just like on the platforms. Back to our walkthrough, and clearly we are approaching a wide roller shutter door. We have reached the extent of what has been reopened. There's a tiny gap where you can kind of see through to the works, so I'll show you what I can. It's much easier to see in person, so I recommend coming down yourself to have a peek if you can. Approximately in the direction of where the camera is pointing, on the left of the screen, is where the connection into Town Hall Station will be. You will not have to touch off and back on again to go between the stations, which I hope will make for a seamless interchange. Meanwhile, they are also in the process of reinstating the Campbell Arcade, which previously featured a bunch of quirky shops. I wonder how many of them, if any, will reopen, or whether we will see some new vendors. What this means is you are still unable to exit from Flinders St station onto the northern side of Flinders Street, nor can you exit straight onto Degraves St. I'm unsure when these exits will reopen, but I'll keep you updated in my Metro Tunnel construction update videos. That means that in its current state, the Degraves St subway is merely an interchange between the platforms. Well, almost. You can actually use it as an exit in a sort of roundabout way. If you use these stairs or indeed the lift up to platform 1, then walk around this way, you can actually exit straight out onto Flinders St. It's not the most convenient way out, but I doubt many people will know about it, so it might be good to use during busy times. The underpass has been fitted out with some information posters. This one here must not have been replaced after the closure, as it still shows Mont Albert and Surrey Hills stations, which were combined into Union Station in 2023. Finally, I want to show you the lifts. As I said earlier, these lifts replace staircases on each of the platforms. They're not the biggest lifts in the world, but they serve their purpose well. When you exit onto the platform, notice that the path out is flanked by the old fences that used to stop people from falling down the stairs. Another little historical quirk. Okay, well that's all I have to show you here at Flinders St. I hope you enjoyed this supplementary video to my recent Metro Tunnel construction update, and stay tuned for more videos on this topic. You can be sure that I will be there whenever the Campbell Arcade reopens. Thank you for watching and for tolerating my raspy voice. I just had to get this video out, even if I've got a cold. I'll see you all in the next video.